I'm Rick.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Josh.
And this is Can We Believe It? No, I'm just kidding. Leave it.
Leave it. Leave it, he says.
Fade that out, Rick.
Fade now.
We're trying a new opening here, so we got to figure it out. But anyway, I'm kicking off this week's episode. We're going to try an experiment. Do you guys, what conspiracies do you guys believe in? Everybody believes in something.
Aliens.
Some weird
Aliens.
shit. Yeah. Well, like what? Like a specific one?
I believe the
exist?
government's covering up alien existence.
Okay, so you're going like full government cover.
Government cover up. They're using
He's
the technology. They've dissected it and reverse engineered it, and they have shit.
Okay, like you're like Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar. Hold on.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
We love Bob. We covered Bob, didn't we? We got into him a couple times on other podcasts, right?
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Josh? Do you believe any other ones? Any weird stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we had the one in Brazil we covered, all the alien stories we have been covering so far. They all been pretty great.
You're going aliens.
You're just only aliens.
Yeah.
Not only, but it helps.
What about like JFK or
yeah, all conspiracies as a whole.
9/11, shit like that? You believe any of that stuff?
I mean, it's interesting.
It is interesting, and sometimes I'll hear something and I'll be like, maybe.
Yeah, I think most people have some sort of thing with JFK.
Yeah.
Where they're just like not convinced that it was just Lee Harvey Oswald.
You know that video with JFK is not even real? I saw that.
Here we
Which
go.
one?
Look,
Yeah, right away. Which one, buddy? Which one?
I heard somewhere that's a reenactment, like from a movie, the one that we see.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
The video they shot.
The Zapruder film?
Yeah.
No, Abraham Zapruder filmed that in Dealey Plaza that day.
Okay.
Damn, Jeff knows. Jeff knows,
Fuck
baby.
you, Jeff, go ahead.
Damn, Ricky's just making up shit.
I'm making up conspiracy.
I never heard
The
that.
video ain't even real.
A reenactment. A guy's head exploded.
Stanley Kubrick did that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was a good one.
No, he did the moon landing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So anyway, I came across an article called "People Drawn to Conspiracy Theories Share a Cluster of Psychological Features," and I'm just going to read through the article, and we'll, just jump in when you hear something you like,
Something we know, something we
want to
can
dispute. Yeah, because
right.
I
Bring
think
it
it's
in.
just interesting. The whole psychology of why people buy into like ludicrous shit, like the JFK thing. There's a lot of weird things, like why Jack Ruby kill Oswald before there could be any, stuff like it. Like that's a real thing. Whereas people like flat Earth, that's just dumb.
Or is it?
That's just
you dumb to you,
it's
sir.
Just, you're just being contradictory. You're just going against the man. Like whatever the official story is, you're going to go totally the other way.
How do it not curve?
How doesn't it, Jeff?
How don't it curve?
Right, exactly. It does curve.
No, don't.
Yeah,
No.
I've
been in an airplane, Jeff. I've been in an airplane.
Yeah.
That shit is flat.
Yeah.
All right, well, get us going.
Anyway, all right. So Stephen Lewandowski was in deep denial. Nearly 10 years ago, the cognitive scientist threw himself into a study of why some people refuse to accept the overwhelming evidence that the planet is warming and humans are responsible. As he delved into this climate change denialism, Lewandowski, then at the University of Western Australia, discovered that many of the naysayers also believed outlandish plots, such as the idea that the Apollo moon landing was a hoax created by the American government.
It was.
A lot of the discourse these people were engaged in on the internet was totally conspiratorial. So he's saying like he went to like look at why people didn't believe in global warming, and he just found like nobody believes anything basically.
Yeah. Well, I think that's more prevalent in today's world because of the amount of information we get and the amount of false information we get.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's real anymore. I mean, it's not just the news channels reporting it. Some bozo with a camera who goes on TikTok.
That's what it is when you just start listening to some random guy on the internet because he made a video that looks cool.
And he could trick you into thinking, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like the flat earthers, they come up with stuff that if you just if you're like a 10-year-old and you hear it, you go, "Oh my God, the Earth's flat."
Yeah, 10-year-old. Yeah.
But if you think about it for a minute, then you can debunk it fairly easily. Especially when they do experiments themselves to prove that it's flat, and they don't, and then they just deny their own experiment.
It just doesn't work out for them.
Yeah. So Lewandowski, he published his findings in 2013 in Psychological Science. This brought the conspiracy theorists out of the woodwork. Offended by his claims, they criticized his integrity online and demanded he be fired. He wasn't, but as Lewandowski waded through one irate post after another, he discovered that his critics, in response to his assertions about their conspiratorial tendencies, were actually spreading new conspiracy theories about him. These people accused him and his colleagues of faking surveys and of conducting the research without ethical approval. When his personal website crashed, one of the bloggers accused of intentionally blocking critics from seeing his research. None of that was true.
So the conspiracy theorists are making conspiracies about the guy calling them stupid for believing in conspiracies?
Right. But he didn't call him stupid. He just said, you're wrong, and here's why. And then they went, oh, you're just making up. You're a plant, basically, which is common online. If you go into like a Reddit thing, or if you say anything against the conspiracy they're talking about, you're automatically a Fed.
Yeah, you're part of it.
You're like part of it.
You're working against us.
We put something up on might have been TikTok or YouTube or something. No, in fact, it was Facebook, and it was like a little clip of our show, and it was we might have been talking about. I forget even what it was.
Oh yeah, they accused us of.
They accused us of being in the cabal. Or
oh, did they really?
It's like,
I don't read the comments. I stay away from that stuff.
We're three guys with 5 fans.
We're getting,
it's like
we're not harming anything.
The government ain't looking for us. They ain't asking us to do shit.
Unless your mom reports us.
They thought we were getting that Soros money.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and like I don't even think we took a stand on the thing that we put.
It was
just us talking, and they were like, "You guys are feds."
Yeah.
And so didn't they call us like a scumbags and shit?
Yeah,
they got pretty harsh with us, didn't they?
I just wrote them back like, "Bro, this is basically in someone's basement. We're filming this shit, so like, listen or not, I don't care."
Did you ever get any Swifties after you?
Oh
from
yeah.
the Taylor Swift stuff. Yeah. There was a couple comments that were like defending her.
Yeah.
But I mean, the clips we put on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, they weren't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were friendly with us. Not too bad. What were they?
Oh, she's
good?
only the number one artist, because in that clip we called her mediocre.
Oh, you must have.
No, that was Jeff.
That's an opinion.
It was Jeff.
Jeff called her mediocre.
Yeah, you're allowed to have an opinion.
Can't do that with the Swifties,
A couple
bro.
people didn't like that, the mediocre line.
Yeah.
I think she's amazing.
Yeah, right. See, he did get
It was him. It was him.
All right, so the irony was amusing at first, but the ranting even included a death threat, and calls and emails to the university became so vicious that administrative staff who fielded them asked their managers for help. That was when Lewandowski changed his assessment. I quickly realized that there was nothing funny about these guys at all, he said. The dangerous consequences of conspiratorial perspective, the idea that people or groups are colluding in hidden ways to produce a particular outcome, have become painfully clear. The belief that the coronavirus pandemic is an elaborate hoax designed to prevent the re-election of Donald Trump has incited some Americans to forego important public health recommendation costing lives. So the hidden cabal thing always kills me.
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone thinks there's a secret group of billionaires that are controlling the world.
That's because they're in.
Wait, they're not? Like, what do you mean? That's what everyone knows,
There's
right?
not a secret group. They're like right out in the daylight.
It's not.
They're not hiding behind in the shadows. They just do stuff to control the world all the time.
So can you directly trace lobbyists back to this group of people? Can you directly trace like politician association directly to these
super
people?
PACs. Yeah.
And there's none that are secret. They're all out in the open. They're all saying, "Hey, I'm big tobacco, and I pay this guy to say this." And
no, that's the point.
Right,
that's
right.
the point of Citizens United, was that they don't have to disclose.
They can group together,
but they have to disclose the ownership group. So, and they're supposedly not allowed to collude with the candidate. So, if you and me and Josh start a super PAC to get, somebody elected. We're not allowed to talk to that person. But that person could go on the news and say exactly how they would like campaign commercials to go so that we would hear that and then make our campaign commercials that way.
Right. So it's just a fucked up system.
Yeah.
So and that's where the conspiracy comes in, because it's like a system set up for corruption.
Yeah.
And then people's minds go wild to how high the corruption goes.
Right.
I think there are secret billionaires out there that are giving money to things they shouldn't to make things happen for profit.
But they're not secret. Like Peter Thiel owns J.D. Vance. He got him elected as a senator in Ohio, and he just 100% of the money that got him elected was given to him by Peter Thiel. You don't think he owes that guy?
Yeah. What does Peter Thiel
do?
What's his main business?
He's a Palantir, the guy that does facial recognition for the government.
He makes that kind of money?
Yeah, he's a billionaire. He and Musk started PayPal.
Right.
So Musk owned X originally when it was X. That was his first company, X. Mm-hmm. And it was like an online payment system. Peter Thiel came in and they partnered up. They renamed it PayPal. And then Peter Thiel cooed Musk out of the company and, gave him, I don't know, $50 million or something. And that's what he used to start SpaceX.
Oh, shit.
But then Peter Thiel went on to found other companies, and now his big thing is Palantir, which is like Big Brother. He owns Big Brother.
That's a dangerous man.
Yeah, and now he owns senators.
Well, that's the problem, right?
Hidden. Well, this is not hidden at all.
That's the problem, though, right?
Here's the thing. The common man does not know that, what you just said. That's why it seems hidden. Nobody's out there screaming this in the streets.
That's the common man's fault, because they can go look it up very easily.
It shouldn't be, but it shouldn't be happening. That shouldn't be happening.
It shouldn't be happening. Right. Do you know why it happens?
Why?
Because 20 years ago, the common man was like, I don't care about politics. And they let shit go on right under their noses. And then, Citizens United got passed, which just gave control. It gave legal control of the government to corporations and billionaires.
So we did this to ourselves, and now we're sitting around, we're like, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the conspiracy was everybody was checked out, didn't care about shit. I got to put food on the table. I don't care who's elected.
That's the biggest distraction, isn't it? Survival. Yeah. I mean, I when I'm down in the dumps or I'm financially strapped, I'm not thinking about politics or big world issues. I'm like, how the fuck?
Yeah, but
you should.
You should say, how the fuck did it get this way?
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Yeah. It is true. How did we get here, fellas?
Right, exactly.
How do it know?
I'm broke because I didn't believe in politics.
Yes, basically, essentially, that's it. Yeah.
It wasn't the gambling, for sure.
No, it wasn't your choices, sir. It's the government.
It wasn't did you ever hear the thing where the guy's like, I spent all my money on booze, gambling, and women. And he's like, and I wasted the rest.
That's pretty funny.
All right,
good one.
So let's see. The gunman who shot and killed 11 people and injured 6 others in a Pittsburgh synagogue shooting in October 2018 justified his attack by claiming that Jewish people were stealthily supporting illegal immigrants. So this is the great replacement theory, where Jewish people, for some reason, are trying to get rid of white people to replace them with other kinds of people. We've talked about this.
This is so crazy.
I don't know. It doesn't even make any sense. Aren't Jewish people considered white?
I don't know. I guess it's a religion, not a race, right?
It's exactly. So, if you see a Jewish guy, if you don't know he's Jewish, you just think he's a white guy.
Yeah, there's so many conspiracies like we talked about before that just blame Jewish people.
Yeah,
it seems like the pattern. I never even knew that about conspiracies, and now it definitely seems to be taken. They all
go back to Jews in some way or another.
Which was wild to me. Yeah. Oh my God, you just blame one folk for all this.
Yeah. So in 2016, a conspiracy theory posting that high-ranking Democrat Party officials were part of a child sex ring involving several Washington, D.C. area restaurants incited one believer to fire an assault weapon inside a pizzeria. Luckily, no one was hurt.
So that was Pizzagate, right?
Pizzagate. We covered Pizzagate. Yep. And that was 100% not true, and that poor fucking store owner suffered.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And in the long run, that poor guy
That got shot, right?
No, the guy who did the shooting.
Oh, right, believing in this
like,
type
just
nonsense.
His brain got so melted, and he thought he was going to rescue little kids.
Right, doing the right thing. So
and it's
crazy.
and it's by bad actors. Like there's people who promote these things as a grift. They know it's not real, but they just keep pushing it because it makes them money. They can sell fucking QAnon T-shirt on their website and make, hundreds of thousands of dollars on nonsense. But it gets people killed in the long run.
Do we sell T-shirts? We should be selling T-shirts.
Well, I've been talking to you boys about this type stuff.
What are they going to have on them?
Yeah, what would it be, fellas? Just our
Just
logo?
a picture of Ricky, like,
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. So this mindset is surprisingly common, although thankfully it does not often lead to gunfire. More than a quarter of the American population believes that there are conspiracies behind many things in the world, in quotes, behind many things in the world. So according to a 2017 analysis of government survey data by University of Oxford and University of Liverpool researchers, the prevalence of conspiracy mongering may not be new, but today's theories are becoming more visible. A social psychologist at Anglia Ruskin University in England who studies the phenomenon said, for instance, when more than a dozen bombs were sent to a prominent Democrats and Trump critics as well as CNN in 2018, a number of high-profile conservatives quickly suggested that the explosives were really a false flag orchestrated by the Democrats to mobilize their supporters against Trump in the U.S. midterms. So that's when the pipe bomber guy, he sent him a bunch of, but they found the guy who was just a deranged idiot that hated Democrats for whatever reason. So he sent a bunch of them pipe bombs.
Do they ever get to the bottom of his beliefs or his craziness? Like, did he believe conspiracies?
Yeah, he was. I believe he was another great replacement guy.
Oh, okay.
So he lumps the Democrats in with the Jews as part of the great replacement. They want to get rid of all the white people. So he sent them bombs that didn't go off because, these people usually aren't geniuses that do this kind of stuff. So thankfully they didn't go off.
Do you know how to make a bomb?
No,
I don't either.
But I wouldn't
Call
try
this guy
to
stupid?
either.
Yeah. Does that mean you're dumb, sir?
Either.
I think I would do if I had to build a bomb, I think I would do cartoon style. That's the only thing.
Cartoon? What's a cartoon style bomb?
Like a ball with a wick hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would try to. I'd buy a cannonball, drill a hole, put a wick in it, light that fucker, and throw it.
Take that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Put a
Old
little
school.
gunpowder down the hole. Stick it. Molotov cocktail's way easier than that.
Yeah, it probably would be.
Yeah, let's stop teaching people.
But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So anyway, that's just like, dude, imagine being so upset about some shit that's not even real that you try to bomb 20 people.
Yeah, but you got to figure in their head it's absolutely real.
Yeah.
Imagine how real that has to be for
which is
them to do that. It's insane.
Have sympathy for it because
absolutely,
like I said, they're being taken advantage of by people who absolutely know better and just don't care. They just don't like that. Kaya Rychek, you know her, the libs of TikTok lady?
No,
not familiar.
Do you know about the trans person that was killed in school the other day in Oklahoma?
Oh shit, no,
do not know.
So libs of TikTok is a thing on Twitter that points. It started out as remember the blue-haired college girl that was screaming when Trump got elected.
Yeah, we all remember that.
Yeah. So libs of TikTok started out as that. It was showing liberals acting crazy like that. But it's turned into anti-LGBT, anti-trans, anti pretty much anything.
Anything of that nature. Yeah.
So this woman somehow got on the board of the school in Oklahoma somewhere, and she was targeting the LGBT community, the trans community, and it led to 3 girls jumped and beat to death a trans girl in the bathroom at their high school.
Wow.
at the school.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't we cover that story on one?
No,
this
just
happened. Just happened.
Yeah,
Oh
just
shit,
happened.
this is terrible.
And she's like a terrible person, and I don't know if she believes what she says or not, but she knows what she's doing. This isn't the first time someone's been attacked.
There's consequences. Even if she's just doing it for likes and clicks, there's consequences.
Yeah. She knows people get attacked over her rhetoric, and she still amplifies
it. And
now it's getting on school boards and shit. She don't even live in Oklahoma. She lives in New York. Why is she on a school board in fucking Oklahoma?
Wow.
It's ridiculous, but whatever. So one obvious reason for the current raised profile of the kind of thinking that the U.S. president. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. So the false flag. Right. So the false flag.
Try it again, buddy.
What an asshole. DJ, fuck up.
DJ, and I thought I would be the one to do that.
Well, I love when you're stupid.
All right, so it said, it said the
Wait,
conservatives.
Take a second. You're stuttering.
Breathe in, breathe out.
All right.
And try it.
You got this.
You can do it, buddy. We believe in you.
Go for it.
Wait, what was that word Ricky couldn't pronounce?
I was going to put it on me now.
Always, yeah. It's like a fucking chess game here.
All right, so we ended off that the conservatives suggested that the Democrats actually sent the bombs to themselves as a false flag. So the next thing it says here is one obvious reason for the current raised profile of this kind of thinking is that the last U.S. president was a vocal conspiracy theorist. Donald Trump has suggested, among other things, that the father of Senator Ted Cruz of Texas helped assassinate President Kennedy, and that the Democrats funded the migrant caravans traveling from Honduras to the U.S. that worried the Pittsburgh synagogue shooter. So, yeah, we all know Trump's like a conspiracy buff. But there are other factors at play, too. New research suggests that events happening worldwide are nurturing underlying emotions that make people more willing to believe in conspiracies. Experiments have revealed that feeling anxiety makes people think more conspiratorially. Such feelings, along with the sense of disenfranchisement currently gripping many Americans, according to the survey. In such situations, a conspiracy theory can provide comfort by identifying a convenient scapegoat and thereby making the world seem straightforward and comfortable. So, like, if your life's shitty,
got to point that finger.
Yeah,
someone has to be
doing it. The Jews are doing it.
That's what they're saying. I'm guessing, right? That's what you guys been saying.
Do you do that in your personal life? Not with a group of people, but like, can you accept responsibility for your actions? Or
that's all I ever do. Really,
I think we all are prone to.
I scapegoat. Yeah, it's not my fault that this happened or that happened.
Yeah. I mean, I had trouble at work with, and this is years ago with somebody, and I realized I was the trouble. I already had a preconceived notion of this person, and I always wondered why they treat me like shit. Why do I? And then it's like, wait, I'm doing this because I went in there with that attitude, and I had a different perspective. Went in, and then me and that person became great friends. And it was I thought it was him the whole time.
Yeah,
judging a book
this
by
says,
its cover.
This says a quote from the guy who did the thing here said, people can assume that if these guys weren't bad, then everything would be fine. But whereas if you don't believe in conspiracy theory, then you just have to say terrible things just happen randomly.
Okay.
But people don't like to admit that bad shit just happens. They want to blame it on something.
They have to have something.
Yeah.
Right, 9/11 happens.
Which you see, which you see a lot with just like everyday things. Like there can't just be an accident or like in government if something goes wrong, like the coronavirus shit. Like I say, it was just a bunch of incompetent assholes. It wasn't. There's no conspiracy to give everyone a disease or to microchip you with a vaccine. Just a bunch of people that didn't know what they were doing, didn't know how to handle the situation, making dumb suggestions like wear your mask through the front door, but as soon as you sit down, you can take it off. But if you get up to go to the bathroom, you got to put it back on. But then when you leave, you gotta have, like, it didn't make any sense.
Right.
And we all knew that. We said, this doesn't make any sense. Like, once we all get into the restaurant, we're there.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah. But they just did, like, they had to do something. So they made up dumb shit to do. Because they should have said, close all the restaurants. Or everyone just have a free-for-all. Let's all get this thing and
Yeah,
we'll weed out the old people and the sick people, and we'll come out the other side.
Oh, that's dark, Jeff.
Yeah,
it is.
That would have been the only other solution, other than shut everything down for an extended period of time and make it to where it just doesn't spread. Which, did we want that? I didn't want that.
Yeah.
So what's your other options besides the dumb shit we did?
I don't know.
The other option is
what do you know, sir? What do you know?
The other option is let it run wild through the country and just whoever dies.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. That seems to work better. This is depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either one is depressing. What we did was somewhere in the middle.
Right.
But everyone still complains about that.
Yeah, that's why we did it, right? Kind of keep everybody happy. You don't want all the restaurants shut down permanently.
Right.
You don't want all the older people dying off.
Right.
Right in the middle. Yeah. It makes sense. Mask on, mask off. Mask on your forehead, it's on your chin. Where's that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, I like the mask on the chin.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, it's like wearing a condom on your balls.
That's a good one.
So discerning fact from fiction can be difficult. However, and some seemingly wild conspiracy ideas turn out to be true. The once scoffed at notion that Russian nationalists meddling in the 2016 presidential election is now supported by a slew of guilty pleas, evidence-based indictments, and U.S. intelligence agency conclusions. So, yeah, although they didn't find a link that Trump, called Putin and was like, hey, what are we doing here? There was people in the campaign that talked to Russian people and got whatever. Gave them voter data, which was weird. I don't know what they were.
What is that?
What do you think the point? Why would Russia want Trump elected? Just to see the place burned down? Is that what they thought was going to happen?
Because of Trump's rhetoric on NATO. Putin wants NATO gone.
Yeah, that's his main
and
thing,
Trump's
right?
very willing to get rid of NATO. For what reason, I don't know. I don't know what he has against NATO.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea why.
That's why all this is going down,
Before he
right?
said it, it was 100% universal agreement that we needed NATO. And then once he said it, now all of a sudden half the country hates NATO.
He's too influential on these people.
On his people, yeah. But, they were way, the right used to be the people, they would have been the ones calling Democrats pussies for not supporting Ukraine. And now they want to pull out of Ukraine and let Putin take over. It's weird. The whole world flipped upside down. And I still don't know why he doesn't like NATO, other than he likes Trump or he likes Putin. He thinks he's a good leader.
I wonder what's his take on Putin now with with the war on over there.
Well, he claims he can end it.
He can have it.
Yeah.
He said the other day that if he gets elected and he'll basically get rid of NATO if they don't pay up, whatever that means. There's no formal agreement that anybody has to pay anything to be in NATO. But
we pay way more than other countries. Is that what he's talking about?
We give a lot more.
We give a lot more.
We give more money. If you look at the number of dollars, but each NATO country gives about 2% of their defense budget. So our defense budget just happens to be 50,000 times bigger than anybody else's. But every country does give their 2% that they agreed to, 70 years ago, whatever it was.
You saying Trump don't know math?
Well, no, he just sees a giant number that we give compared to
everybody else,
relatively smaller numbers that everyone else gives. But everyone else is also a way smaller country. Like Belgium could never give the amount
the
of
same
money.
amount.
They don't even. Their GDP isn't even our 2% of our defense budget. They're tiny, but they do give. But he said the other day, if they don't pay up, not only would he not protect them from Russia, but he would encourage Russia to do whatever the hell it wants.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's an insane
That's a
thing
reason.
to say.
I mean, I don't like to get into politics of who you should vote for, but that's scary, people.
Yeah,
that's
that
scary.
is.
Yeah,
Wow.
he would just literally let them take over Europe. And then you got a World War II situation.
But did Russia ever show that's what they're trying to do is take over Europe?
He wants Poland after he just blamed Poland for World War II the other day with that Tucker interview.
What, they didn't? No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding, folks.
Putin blamed
I seen that, yeah.
Poland. What?
Yeah.
Poland. They were attacked by both Germany and the Soviet Union at the same time, but it was their fault.
Wasn't it Ferdinand's fault when it comes down to it?
No, that was World War One.
Oh, that's World War One. Yeah, don't know wars.
And it wasn't his fault. He just got murdered.
Shot, right?
Yeah, that will do it. That will do it.
Well, no, it was kind of his fault because then after World War One, Germany went into destitute, couldn't pay the debt back from the war, and then this grew the people rising.
Getting the people angry for sure.
The Treaty of Versailles was not good for anyone.
Yeah,
it was horrifying for the German economy at the time. Just all the reparations they had to pay and all. But yeah, that's what eventually led to World War II and like make Germany great again.
Yeah, but you can't destitute somebody like that for that long and not expect repercussions.
Yeah.
Now the way they did it,
right.
Not the best.
Yeah,
he used that as a cover for what he really wanted to do. Yeah. So let's see. Let me go down
He's
here.
diving in the notes.
Yeah, this next section is about like the anxiety connection, which I'm like anxietied out. Everyone's got friggin' anxiety all over the place. It kind of bores me at this point.
What? You don't have sympathy for people with anxiety?
It's just too much. Everybody has it. So like if everyone has it, then no one has it.
Yeah, a lot of people are claiming anxiety.
Yeah.
Or don't have it.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to go or do something, anxiety. Can't do it.
Yeah, right.
It's the ultimate get out get out of jail free card.
Yeah, it's like I got the anxiety.
I feel like I got every time I have to go out with people, I feel it a little bit. You're like,
yeah, and then you get the fuck over it.
You just do, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, boom.
Yeah, and then once you're in the mix of it, you're fine. Yeah, you just deal with it and go with the flow of things.
It's that initial, like, I think you just got to jump in.
But I don't know. There's social anxiety. There's all different kinds of anxiety now.
Yeah, we're not doctors.
We don't even know anything about
80 billion different forms of anxiety.
Well, Jeff has a hate for it.
It's not a hate. It's like a boredom of it.
Are you bored of diabetes?
A little bit.
Diabetes?
Yeah,
you're bored of them guys too.
Yeah, they're
no good for you.
They're a little big for their britches. Those diabetics.
So if you could get rid of one disease, would it be a diabetes or would it be anxiety that you don't have to hear about again?
Yeah, which
childhood cancer.
No,
well, that's a
two
good
choices.
One.
Oh, anxiety.
What?
Yeah, we'll get rid of it. I'm sick of hearing
people
about it.
Die from the diabetes.
Huh?
The diabetes. I think he's trying to say.
Like half of them people could just not have diabetes.
You're talking about adult onset of diabetes. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever type it is, that it's your own fault for having it.
That one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. Like them, just get rid of them right away.
Wow.
The people born with it, I feel bad for them. And they're usually not the ones bitching about it.
Yeah, it's the other ones.
Yeah, it's the other ones. They did it to themselves, and now they're like, "Oh, I got diabetes. Got to put a shot in me every day now." I'm like, yeah, well, stop eating 50 donuts for your breakfast.
Are you directly talking to me?
He's only looking at you, bud. He really is.
I don't have it.
We have it on camera. He's just staring at you.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Still young.
I'll check my sugars.
That's great.
Wait till 50 hits. All of a sudden, Ricky will be like, I can't come out.
Yeah.
Gotta be home for my shots.
I got diabetes and the anxiety. I can't go.
I can't feel my toes none.
I got anxiety about my diabetes.
He got both. He really don't like you, bud.
Well,
you're not his guy.
What do you got, Jeff, you heartless prick?
So, anyway, anxiety leads to conspiratorial thinking.
Okay.
All right. So I just summarized that whole part.
The whole
there.
thing.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. All right. So, although humans seek solace in conspiracy theories, they rarely find it. They're appealing but not necessarily satisfying, says Daniel Jolly, a psychologist at University of Nottingham. Why are all these universities like it's like the weirdest
right.
They're not real.
Huh?
Are they real?
University of Nottingham in England.
Is that where Robin Hood went?
Yeah.
Oh shit, there he goes. He's giving back, folks.
For one thing, conspiratorial thinking can incite individuals to behave in a way that increases their sense of powerlessness, making them feel even worse. A 2014 study authored by Jolly found that people who are presented with conspiracy theories about climate change, scientists are chasing grant money. So they think the scientists are just chasing grant money. That's why that's the whole reason for climate change. For instance, are less likely to plan to vote. So
who's less likely?
So this guy thinks like scientists are just in it for the money, so I'm not going to vote. What the hell? That doesn't
crazy.
make any sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't make no damn sense.
So get your shit together.
Wait.
People who believe that climate change is fake, that it's just a bunch of scientists that are in it for the money, those are the people that don't vote.
So
Gotcha.
they just gave up.
Yeah,
they're
like,
this system's so broken.
like everything's bullshit.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
all
care.
for nothing.
Yeah. So, a 2017 study reported that believing in work-related conspiracies, such as the idea that managers make decisions to protect their own interests, cause individuals to feel less committed to their jobs. It can snowball and become pretty vicious, nasty cycle of inaction and negative behavior.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
There we go. Ricky's in.
So hold on, you're not gonna cover your ass versus the good of the employees. You're a manager, right?
Well, cover your ass is different than making decisions solely to benefit yourself.
It happens. You don't tell me it don't happen.
Well, I'm not.
I've had some managers, and trust me, they were always, if they were talking to me, it was because they needed something. They wanted something. It was never for my betterment. It was never because, they're trying to make sure that I succeeded. It was always like, you know what? Let me see if I can get him to do this. Free up this time. Get this guy to do that. It has nothing to do with being for you. And then as a manager, like in different companies.
Here we go.
There it is. There he goes.
Here comes Ricky's confession.
There he goes.
I mean, the first thing I did was hide a camera in the girls' room. Nah. As a manager, it's always in the back of my head. Gotta cover my ass. Gotta cover my ass. Gotta cover my ass. Like, I want to give them everything they want, but if that messes with my money or my job, they ain't getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So, but you were saying you still would like to help
I'm
your
not an evil
employees.
person. I do want to help them, but I could see where that thoughts come from, because a lot of the times you'll hear the decision of the manager and you'll be like, "You don't give a shit about me." No, I just can't do that one because that puts me in jeopardy.
It seems kind of intuitive that if you have that kind of mindset, or if you're that kind of person that you're going to cover your own ass no matter what, that you would project that onto everyone that's around too. So you obviously have a cover your ass mindset.
Yeah.
So you're saying that makes everybody a cover their ass person. Yeah. But really, you're just projecting what you would do onto other people. There might be some people like Nicole that actually go out of their way to cover for their employees and take the heat herself.
Your girlfriend,
yeah.
Nicole. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So she's
a cover the employees. Yes.
She would risk her job for somebody else's job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dick. Not like you.
Yeah.
Nicole,
especially if she felt they weren't in the wrong and they were being wrong.
That's different.
No, but I'm saying
that's taking somebody's back.
But she would take the heat off of someone and put it on herself. Because no matter what, the person above is going to take it out on someone.
There's only so many times that you could do that to where you get ruled a fuck up. So hey, this is my fault. This is my fault. Not their fault. My fault. My fault. Your boss is going to hear that a bunch of times, and they're going to be like, "There's a lot around this person." Like, you have to sometimes tell the truth and say, "You know what? They did this, but I stand by them."
You have to.
They're a good employee.
You have to make your employees accountable too. Yeah, you can't just be like, go ahead and fuck up everything, and I'll take
and I know Nicole. Nicole has a huge heart, and I can see her falling on the sword for somebody if she thinks something's right. But you're going to wind up falling on the wrong sword one day and lose your job.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, listen, I don't even have a real dog in this fight. I'm just saying the way your mentality is, you're going to take care of Ricky, then other people when you can.
I'm going to get mine.
Yeah.
Scraps for them.
Right. And I'm not saying that's wrong or right or what. Them. Yeah, I just say, yeah. But that's
the reality is
but you projected that onto every manager across the country.
Every manager that I've ever had covers their ass.
Or is it just you remember the ones that covered their ass?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Could be. But I'm just saying, that's nothing wrong with that. That's my whole point.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Yeah. See, but you're kind of defensive about it.
You seem to get worked up, pal. You seem to be the hot one. I'm listening to both. You're a little angry.
I got something going on with that. I got to talk to my
you need to work that out, buddy. You need to get some help.
It's giving me anxiety. And then my diabetes is flaring up.
The negative and alienating beliefs can also promote dangerous behaviors in some, as with the Pittsburgh shooter and the pizzeria attacker. But the theories need not involve a weapon to inflict harm. People who believe vaccine conspiracy theories, for example, say that they are less likely to get vaccinated and for their kids to be vaccinated, which creates pockets of infectious disease that put entire communities at risk. Now that, like, as far as the COVID vaccine, I think this is more about all vaccines, like people that are
just vaccines in general, right?
Yeah. Like people, like this doesn't say anything about COVID; it just says vaccine. But I think everybody right now thinks of the COVID vaccine. But this is like talking about like people who don't get their kids vaccinated
thinking it gives them autism and shit.
Right. Like polio, there was like cases of polio somewhere, like last year. Like what? What are you fucking talking about?
Because these people won't go out and get the vaccines they should.
Yeah, and there's, of course, herd immunity. So at this point, if you got your kid vaccinated, you're pretty safe, you know? And even if they're not, like if they're immunocompromised and they couldn't get a vaccine, they're still pretty safe. But if you get these pockets of like where there's a bunch of people that think this way, like, I don't know, down in rural South somewhere.
No, name a place.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't
Give us what you're thinking. We want to Google that.
I know you're thinking Florida, somewhere in Florida.
Yeah, it does have Florida vibes, doesn't it?
That whole Gulf Coast area there, Alabama. Yeah. That whole area. I can imagine there's like.
So you're saying it's a certain kind of people.
Counties where people pop up with leprosy for some fucking reason.
That's crazy.
and they all kind of believe the same shit.
Yeah, it's that kind of town.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. Yeah, the vaccine hesitancy, especially, was worsened with COVID. I think, like before COVID, it was like Jenny McCarthy started this whole shit. Like,
I remember that when she was going through that, and like, you know,
and then like later she came out and was like, "Oh, that guy, that doctor that I was listening to, went and debunked himself." So now I don't even believe it anymore. But she had already spawned a whole...
Yeah, but it's too late at that point, right?
She did so much damage and like with autism too.
Yeah,
saying that she cured her son of autism from with a proper diet.
Yeah.
So I mean, mothers around the world hear this and are not taking their kids to get the treatment, not the medication, everything they need to help with autism. They're like, oh, just make sure they're having a balanced diet, like. She fucked people up. When you have that kind of power, and
that's what I'm saying. But what kind of power does she actually have? Like, I mean, even if it's fucking 10 people that listen, it's enough. But
yeah, I don't know what the numbers are, but you're right. Even 10 people,
you know,
10 kids didn't get help because of her. That's 10 kids too much. One kid
for sure
is too much.
But when she did that, she was actually like influential. She had a talk show at the time.
Yeah.
Really?
She was like kind of like in the culture, and was being seen as like what we, when we grew up and she was on whatever that show was on MTV. It was
MTV, right?
She was just the hot girl. Yeah, she was the hot girl from
whatever.
She went to Playboy and all. But then she actually made a name for herself as someone like a serious person, not just a Playboy model. And that's why people started taking her seriously because, wow, here's this beautiful, famous woman who now has like intellectual discussions about autism and vaccines and shit.
Yeah.
So she actually was influencing those like stay-at-home moms that were going like, what? These vaccines are giving my kid autism? This is bullshit. So it had a ripple effect that was much more than it ever should have been. And she was like an early influencer. What we call an influencer now she was like that,
Yeah, they were the first of their kind, right?
Yeah.
For sure. But then I guess she had to see like an uptick in autism to go through it. Or you're saying she was talking to a doctor, right?
Yeah, there was a doctor who wrote a book about a link between vaccines and autism. And she read that book and just like totally bought in.
Went
on her show and started talking about it all the time. And it had the doctor on and, they had like segments of this. And then it just caught on.
Well, they do say get a second opinion. How can you just go off of one doctor's thing if no other doctor's saying this? Or maybe a handful, That's kind of wild. That's crazy.
I think people tend to go with what sounds good to them.
Right. Yeah, whatever makes them feel better
like
about
if
shit.
you don't know shit about something, but you've heard this thing the whole time, and you never really liked it or never, and then somebody comes along and says the thing you like, and they seem smart, you go, oh, yeah, that guy's right.
Yeah, there's like a thing to where like the less road trial, the easiest way, and somebody says the easiest way and puts a little sense to it, like you said.
Right.
And confirmation bias plays a big part in all this stuff too. So if you ever had it in your head at all that vaccines could be damaging in some way, and then this shit pops up, I knew it. I knew Jenny McCarthy just made everything that I knew instinctively. She just brought it to light, and now it's true.
Right.
So
right. That's scary. It's fucking scary.
Yeah. And it's a lot of it is people just not knowing things, like do your own research. Those people, they're not doing research. They're looking shit up on Google and finding what they like and then going, yeah, that's it. That's
right. Whatever fits their thing and makes them feel comfortable, though, that's what it is.
Yeah. If you think the Earth's flat, you can Google, is the Earth flat, and find 50,000 videos of dudes telling you the Earth's flat. And you go, yep, see, I knew it.
Yeah.
And you can ignore
wild.
all the ones that don't say it's flat.
Right.
So everybody's just getting their own information that they already want to hear.
Right. So that makes total fucking sense. And that seems what actually happens when you hear all this crazy shit.
Sure. Yeah. So this last part's called telling fact from fiction. It may be possible to quell conspiracy ideation, at least to some degree. One long-standing question has been whether it's a good idea to counter conspiracy theory with logic and evidence. Some older research has pointed to the backfire effect, the idea that refuting information can just make individuals dig in deeper.
Right?
Yeah. If you think there are powerful forces trying to conspire and cover up things, when you're given what you see as a cover story, it only shows you how right you are. So it's like the over the target thing. Like
Sum that up better for me. Just sum that up.
So what they're saying is,
help Ricky out a little bit here. You got a little lost in that translation.
The idea that when it's been a long-standing idea that if you find someone who say they believe in the flat Earth and you try to show them reasons with logic that it's not flat, they're just going to dig in more, and they're going to say anything that you say actually proves their theory.
Yeah.
So it's like it counters your
I definitely
logic.
see that, and then it drives the logical thinking person insane. Like, how are you not
getting
these
this?
facts?
Right.
Well,
this is science.
It's like if you say, well, you can look at this NASA picture of the Earth, they go, yeah, whatever, Fed.
You're in on it. You're part of the damn problem.
They just use you to prove their own theory.
Well, they're not fucking paying me. Damn.
Yeah.
But other research.
What?
Wait, rewind.
Research.
We love fucking with anyone that's hosting each show, and if they fuck up, we get them.
Jeff,
we get them.
What is a research?
Research.
It's like a robot. Wait, did you hear the?
Oh, here we go. It's the Stuttercast.
Spit it out, Porky Pig.
So now I'm all fucked up.
Wow, that was real. That was real.
I have a stutter.
He's glitching.
Holy shit. On our Facebook.
He didn't want to try it.
Yeah, well, let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes.
Know when you can't spell something and you just try to figure a different whole sentence around what you couldn't spell? That's what I'm doing.
A new word.
So, they're on our Facebook. I forget which one we were advertising. And somebody put, and this is like, I'm saying this word, I'm reading it from what they said. There's not a word I support. They put, is this the retard podcast? I don't know what made me think of that, but I left it up because it was hilarious.
Said I'm not going to comment, but I enjoyed it.
But politically incorrect, but
yes, for sure. That's crazy.
And it kept me up a little bit at night. I'm sorry.
You should have said
yeah. Yeah, you blacked out.
Yeah. Other research suggests
now he's scared
that this putative effect is in fact rare. A 2016 paper reported that when scientists refuted a conspiracy theory by pointing out its logical inconsistencies, it became less enchanting to people. So the dig in thing might not really be true. It might be that if you can point out like logical shit, people go, oh, that's not as fun anymore.
Yeah, you take the wind out their sails.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that works with political shit, though.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But like the moon
people
landing,
go too hard.
I think the moon landing, if you can refute the points like the flag waving in the wind, that shit, if you can go, no, that was because they had a stick there that made the flag stand out straight because they didn't want it to just hang down. And when you see it waving, it's because the guy was actually still fidgeting with the flag.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
You can see the video of it. If you go watch it critically, watch what's happening, you could see that the guy is there's the pole that the flag is on, and then there's a stick that comes out horizontally so that the flag will like hang like a drape.
It's like a lot of stickers. What had happened was like whenever you hear that, you know what I mean? Like first off, there was a string, and then there was a thing, and then the guy was actually fidgeting with it at the same time. Like that's just a lot to believe.
It's a lot to process.
It's a lot to believe that there was a stick.
There was a stick. There was a guy. There
Wasn't a guy.
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I can't say.
No, but you can watch the
I don't know if there
video
was
of it.
wind. I don't know if it was wind from the
Is
somebody
there
opened the studio
is there
door.
wind in space?
No, somebody opened up the studio door.
Here they go, folks. Here they go.
And they didn't say, cut, let's reshoot that.
Nah, Stanley
There's no
Kubrick
wind
was
in space.
Stanley.
Kubrick didn't say, you know what? There's no wind in space.
Nobody
we gotta
told
we gotta
him.
reshoot
Yeah, no one-
that.
Yeah.
Nobody told him about the wind situation.
You don't think he knew?
No.
Why would they pick him to make the moon landing if he doesn't know anything about space?
You got me.
Yeah. There you go. See?
Got him. That was easy.
It works. You
That
present
was
logic.
easy.
You present logic, and they back down.
The wind straight out themselves, boy. Let's go.
The moon landing happened, turns out.
So what else you got for us, big
All
guy?
right, so researchers recruited more than 10,000 people and presented them with corrections to various claims made by political figures. Oh, here we go. Here's your political stuff. The authors concluded that evidence of factual backfire is far more tenuous than prior research suggests. In a review article, the researchers who first described the backfire effect said that it may arise most often when people are being challenged over ideas that define their worldview and sense of self. So if you're just saying you're wrong about the moon landing because of this or that, but if it's like you're wrong about
your core.
because you're, you believe in this thing that's wrong, then you're like, hey, fuck you.
That's basically what I meant by the political thing, right? That's things that fuck with your core beliefs.
Yeah.
Then you can't change anybody's mind. on
Yeah,
that
they're
stuff.
just set in their ways.
Yeah.
Better just avoid them conversations.
Stations.
Yeah.
That's what they say. It's one of the top 5.
There's people that I'm around that like you be at the bar drinking and that's the fucking first thing they want to bring up.
Yeah,
is
you know it's
political
going to go
shit. And you're
south
like,
right away.
Well, this could fucking ruin a night, but
This ruined my time.
All right, so encouraging analytical thinking may also help. In 2014, studies published in Cognition, Swami and his colleagues recruited 112 people for an experiment. First, they had everyone fill out a questionnaire that evaluated how strongly they believed in various conspiracy theories. A few weeks later, the subjects came back, and the researchers split them into 2 groups. One group completed a task that included unscrambling words in sentences containing words such as analyze and rational, which primed them to think more analytically. The second group completed a neutral task. The researchers re-administered the conspiracy theory test to the 2 groups. Although the groups had been no different in terms of conspiratorial thinking at the beginning of the experiment, the subjects who had been incited to think analytically became less conspiratorial. Thus, by giving people the tools and skills to analyze data and look at the data correctly and objectively, we might be able to suppress conspiratorial thinking.
well, that's a task though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is a task.
Shows like ours.
Yes.
Teaching people. That's what we need.
Getting to learning, getting them
needed.
facts in.
We are
Getting
the
them
tools.
facts in. That's what we're doing here. Just so you know.
All right, so I'm going to just go to the last paragraph here. Conspiracy theories are a human reaction to confusing times. Quote, we are all just trying to understand the world and what's happening in it, says Rob Brotherton, another a psychologist at Barnard College. Another
Barnard.
Barnard
I
College.
like the Sword in the Stone University. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Food buckets.
it's like another fake school.
Yeah, right.
He's the author of Suspicious Minds, Why We Believe in Conspiracy Theories. 2015.
Wait, that old Michelle Pfeiffer movie?
Yeah, right. That was that. No, it wasn't. That was
Dangerous
Dangerous
Minds?
Minds.
Oh, okay, my
This
fault.
is
I'm not listening good.
Suspicious Minds.
Can't listen good.
Work the board.
This
I
is
try.
more- this is a,
Just keep editing the show and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if you don't know, Josh is live editing the camera shots, so he's not.
Yeah, I'm not really
can't
in
do
this
these
conversation. I'm
things.
trying. I'm
He's
trying.
trying.
Hey, I'm
See him
doing better than
struggling
I
over
thought
there.
I would. I know
We
that.
got not good conversation nor good camera
No,
shots. They're both mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything sucks.
Like Swifties.
Oh, whoa, hey, pal.
Don't
He
pick
said
that
that,
up.
not me.
Real harm can come from such thinking, especially when believers engage in violence and shows of support. If we look out for suspicious signatures and ask thoughtful questions about the stories we encounter, it is possible to separate truth from lies. It may not always be an easy task, but it is a crucial one for all of us.
Okay.
So use your fucking head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the bottom line.
yeah, mainly me. Right? I get when he says shit like that. I know who it's directed
He
at.
looks
I know.
at you.
Yeah, it's the only fucking eye contact right here. I'm like, ugh, that hurt my soul,
Yeah,
Jeff. Thanks.
Nobody's going to use their head with this shit. It's just fun.
Yeah,
it's too fun.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
listen, it is fun. I love all conspiracy stuff, but 99.9% of it is nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's fun to
To
it's like
you,
it's
sir.
like a fantasy
To
book.
you.
Yeah, to you.
That's what I'm saying.
we
Like,
believe-
fucking show's
yeah.
called Conspiracy, so
And
we need to calm down.
Yeah, he's yelling at our shit here. This is totally
The
wrong.
moon landing was fake.
There was no wind, sir.
Yeah, moon landing fake. Use your fucking head.
No.
Would Russia let us get away with that while we're in the space race?
We are in the space race. We are in the space
We
race.
were in the
When
space race.
Stanley Kubrick makes Russia think it wasn't real.
That's part of it.
You don't think Russia could detect the rocket leaving the atmosphere with their satellites and shit?
Not back then.
Yeah, they could. Radar. They would have
Think
had
so?
all
They
the
had all that?
equipment.
They had radar over
They would have had
Florida,
all of the
Did they
same
have that?
technical equipment we had to track the rocket.
but they were. Where were they going to do that from Cuba?
No, from Russia.
First off, how do it work? Like,
You don't know how much shit works there.
Back in the 60s, could you use radar to detect things over Florida from Russia? I don't think you could.
Yeah.
The
What-
Doppler thing
Dude,
wasn't even
the
invented
the
yet.
rocket took off from Florida. It was tracked in Houston.
Okay, that's not that
Like,
far.
when it
It's
left
right
Fl-
across the Gulf.
What?
Right across the Gulf.
It's like over 1,000 miles away.
You're talking over 10,000 miles away.
Yeah, but okay, so they could have had shit in Cuba. They could have had shit in South America.
Well,
They
now,
could have
now,
had-
you
they could
now,
have had a
now
boat.
I'm hearing you don't have the fucking facts.
They could
'cause
have
now
had a boat in the
they
ocean.
could have. Yeah, they could have had magics. You don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. You over there making shit up.
You're making shit up. I'm saying Russia had the technical equipment. How would they track their own stuff?
What was the name of the technical
You
equipment?
know we're talking about space, right? It went into
This whole time?
space.
Yeah.
You know the moon, like you can see that from anywhere on the planet.
Right, but you can't see a rocket go into the atmosphere from Russia.
Then how did we see it?
You didn't see it from your house from Philadelphia?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Here they go.
I don't
Here
need to-
they go.
I don't need to see it with my eye to be able to track it with instrumentation.
You didn't. Well, you weren't even alive in the fucking 60s.
Well,
you don't even know what was going on.
You just
back
said
then.
you got to see it with your eye, but I told you it was tracked in Houston.
1,000 miles away,
Yeah.
I believe they had the technology for radar. 10,000 miles away in
How
Russia,
many
I don't know.
miles? Then where was the limit?
When was the Doppler?
Where was the
invented?
limit?
Well, I don't know the limits.
What do you know?
You're over there
Well, you
talking
said
about.
you don't
said-
believe they had
first
it
you
there.
said no, they didn't have shit in Cuba, whatever. They could do it from Russia. And then I told you that the technology probably didn't exist, and you're like, maybe they had shit in Cuba. So you have no fucking
You said
idea.
that, you said the technology probably didn't exist.
And you said it probably
Yeah, I
did.
said no. I said they had the same instrumentation we
I
had.
can't wait to listen back on this one.
So what?
Where did it all fall apart?
What? At what mile can you no longer track the thing?
I'm not a fucking scientist, bro. I'm not.
But
a,
you somehow know Russia couldn't do it.
I don't think Doppler was invented then. That's the biggest radar thing that you could do.
Doppler.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
Doppler
Doppler.
thingy. I don't know. Look, bud, I don't fucking know. But my
Talking
point is,
about what
I
the
don't
news
look.
the news uses to track
That,
weather.
yeah, no, that was a big thing. So listen, I'll admit I don't know, but you better fucking admit you don't know too. We don't know.
I know that Russia had a space program and could track shit in space.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And
From-
if they
from Cuba?
if they
From Cuba, like you
detected-
said?
if they didn't detect a rocket going to the moon, they would have said, "Hey, they're lying.
All right, that's your story.
And any million other countries.
That's your
would've
story.
Anyone who doesn't like us would have said, wait a minute. There was no rocket.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
They would have said that anyway, right?
Yeah, they didn't. You know why? Because they went, holy shit, they fucking shot a rocket to the moon. I can't believe it.
That's their exact sentence.
Yeah, that's what they did.
That's what they did.
They went, we can't even say they didn't.
Do that in the Rush. Like, holy shit, they actually did it.
Good,
What
Jeff.
was that? That sounded like an Indian accent.
Yeah, what was that? Where are you going? Get it right.
Sorry about that.
We're tracking it from Mumbai.
Yeah, they got you now, bud.
Accents are so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go
It's
there.
a touchy one. I don't want to go there. Yes, let's keep it pushing, fellas.
They can be problematic
Yeah.
if you hit the wrong one.
All right, what else you got for us?
That's it.
That's a wrap. It's a day. That's a day.
That was a day.
All right, that's our episode, right?
Yeah, hold on. Don't
Oh, no, yeah, don't shut her down yet.
We should recap.
Moving
something,
fast.
right?
Yeah. Think,
All right, recap.
think critically. Use your fucking head.
Okay.
Oh.
That's the takeaway from this. Think critically, use your head.
Ask
But
questions.
Maybe not. Just listen to our podcast and have
Yeah.
fun, too.
Yeah.
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 At least have a laugh while you do it.
Questions to us.
But we had no conclusions.
None whatsoever. None
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Don't expect any answers. Just listen.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
All right. So, it's been a good one.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, Jeff,
Yeah.
good job.
That was a good experiment.
good experiment.
Maybe we'll do this in the future.
Pick
again.
apart an article. And
Yeah, I'll just read. I'll badly read articles, and we can
Yeah.
pick them apart.
pick ones with big words so we can make fun of you. All right. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. The new name.
It's a new name. We got an address.
Yeah,
We got an address.
The Conspiracy Zone.
There it is.
We did
folks.
switch the name because we wanted people to know exactly what we do here. The other name was a little confusing.
Yeah.
Right?
He's lying. We did it so you couldn't see something on the website
On the Doppler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't forget to look out The Conspiracy Zone. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
And anywhere you get your
and
podcast.
anywhere you listen to your podcast.
Yeah,
Listen to the
they're there.
podcast.
Find it.
All right, good one.
All the things.
All the things.
All the things. Let's do it, folks.
Goodbye.